All right, let's do some practicing with interest. So first, let's consider a $1,500 deposit with an APR of 3.5% compounded annually. What will the balance be at the end of year 10? So we've got $1,500. It's compounded annually, so that's 1 plus 0.035 divided by 1 changes nothing. We're going to 10 years. We type that into our calculator, and we spit out $2,115.90. What will the balance be after 20 years? Well, same initial principal, 1 plus the 3.5% changed to a decimal. Now let's raise it to 20 years, and that gives us $2,984.68. More time, more interest, right? We're going to gain over $800 in interest. And 30 years, what will it be worth? Well, $1,500. 1 plus, again, the interest rate, 3.5% change to a decimal. Let's raise that to 30 years, and we'll end up with $4,210.19. So if you can leave stuff alone in the bank for a number of years, it will continue to grow faster and earn more interest. Number 2, Tiffany buys a $1,500 CD that earns 4% interest that compounds monthly. How much will this be worth in 5 years? Well, now that we have a periodic compoundation, we have to make sure we're using the correct formula. So, principal, that's ugly. Let's start over here. That principal, 1 plus the interest divided by the number of times I'm compounding. Monthly means n is 12. My exponent is the number of times I'm compounding times the number of years, which in this case is 5. I plug it in, and my calculator will spit at me $1,831.49. Well, let's double the years. Let's go 10 years. Come on, there we go. Same problem though. 1,500, 1 plus the 0.4% interest. We're still going monthly. Now the only difference is that we're going for 10 years. So when I plug that in, I get $2,236.25. So we earned roughly $331 in interest the first 5 years. Then we earned more than $400 the next 5 years. So remember, the longer you keep it in, the more interest you're going to earn. Now in letter C, we're getting a little cry-cry. We've got 18 months. Well, remember that time is in years. So 18 months is 1.5 years. So really, you're going to be using T is 1.5. So our balance is principal times 1 plus the rate divided by 12, because we're still compounding monthly, 12 times 1.5. And this should be smaller than our first answer because that was 5 years. This is only 1.5 years. And I get 1592.60. So just be aware that when they give you months, you have to change that to years. All right, let's go to Joey. Joey gets an offer from another bank that is also paying 6% on CDs, but is compounding interest daily. So daily means that N is 365. How much will his CD be worth in 5 years? Well, we've got the principal times the rate, 1 plus the 0.06% rate divided by 365 because we're compounding daily. And then my exponent is 365 times 5. Compounding more means higher interest. And we have a higher interest rate here. We're going to have $2,024.74 for this particular problem. Now let's go 10 years. Same dealio, but 10 years. So 1,500, 1 plus the 6% divided by the daily, and then 365 times our year, which is 10. So $2,733.04. Now look at this. In 5, you went from 1,500 to a little over 2,000, so roughly $500 in interest. Then you went, okay, so you had 2024 after 5 years. So now you went from 2,000 to roughly 27. So you earned roughly 500 in the first 5 years, and then you're earning 700 in the next 5 years. So you can see, again, the longer you keep it in, it keeps building, it's working for you. And let's do another 18 months. We know that that's 1.5 years. We're not going to be fooled. So 1,500, 1 plus 0.06 divided by 365 raised to the 365 times 1.5, and we will end up with $1,641.25. So $141 in interest over a year and a half is not bad, considering all you did was put the money in the bank. Right? Let's do one more for this video. You borrow $10,000 at 5% interest compounded weekly for tuition. While you do not have to make payments for the 5 years that you're in school, the interest is compounding every week. What is your loan balance after the 5-year grace period, assuming you've made no payments and borrowed no additional money? Okay, so we have $10,000. 1 plus the rate is 5%, and it says weekly, 52 weeks in a year. Our exponent, 52 weeks times 5 years that we're doing this. So when you type that in, it's going to spit out at you $12,838.71. So you're owing an additional $2,838.71 because you didn't make any payments for 5 years. That right there is, even though when I was in grad school, I was still making payments on everything, because even though I could have been deferred and I could have just let it accumulate interest, I didn't want to. Even if I wasn't making the full payment amount, I paid something just to avoid this from happening, because you don't want them to get out of control, or else it's a little bit harder to pay them off later. So there's your practice with interest.